getting worse in the politics scene federally and locally. We have our crazy MAGA, black MAGA house. Oh, he's worse than the house. He's Uncle Ruckus. He decided to look like Uncle Ruckus too. Well, he's the lieutenant governor. He's running.
Yeah, he's running for governor.
Governor of North Carolina, Mark Robinson, an extremist GOP nominee. And black, unfortunately. Yeah, we got
a whole slew of these gatekeepers.
Yeah, so he appears to endorse political violence in a bizarre and extended rant he delivered June 30th in a small town church in White Lake, North Carolina. I've never heard of it.
I heard of it.
You know, it was a time when we used to meet evil on the battlefield, and guess what we did to it? We killed it. When the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, what did we do? We flew to Japan, and we killed the Japanese Army and Navy. For God! We didn't argue and capitulate and talk about, well, maybe we shouldn't fight the Nazis that hard. No, they're bad. Kill them. Get mad at me if you want to. Some folks need killing. It's time for somebody to say it.
But basically, he said some folks need killing. That's what Robinson basically said when he was addressing a small church of what I saw in the video was pretty much white people. So he said it's time for somebody to say it. It's not a matter of vengeance. It's not a matter of being mean or spiteful. It's a matter of necessity. Robinson's call for the of some folk. He was just going off on a rant on a tangent addressing church. And he never actually named who some folks were. And that's the part that kind of pissed me off.
Yeah.
Like, I would have respected you more if you had just came out and said
Say it with your chest.
Yeah.
You out here
be specific.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Say what his goddamn
no,
fat
he's
ass
saying
chest.
it with his chest, but
no,
he's not.
He's
not being specific.
He ain't say it with his chest.
He didn't say it. All he
said it with his chest.
The only group he named was liberals.
Right.
But
just put some names on who you talk about.
yeah.
And see, you know what? And see, I see why he doing it, because he like the first that can actually get away outside of Trump to say goddamn body. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, it's gonna be
some more, but it's
gonna backfire.
This is what I'm trying to say, people.
Yes.
You got to do your goddamn research, and nowadays you don't have to. They're doing it in your face. Everybody copying Trump. See, do you want this is a question that you should ask yourself. Do you want a leader that follows somebody, or a leader that stands on his or her moral grounds? It seems like everybody's kissing Trump ass. You
Yes,
feel what I'm
it
saying?
is.
So for all the ones that vote on the behalf for Trump, y'all not really voting just to be voting. Now, some of you voting because you're racist.
Yeah.
He gave you a clear blanket to say it out loud. You feel what I'm saying? But some of you know where to say it and where to do it, because if you did it in the right place, you will get reminded that that no play. But outside of that, but most of y'all voting against your own interest. That's why I say again, vote local, people, because that's where you're gonna feel it, from your taxes to your health care to your insurance. The federal government don't do that shit.
Yeah. So I just need the people of North Carolina to not vote for this, because nothing out of his mouth sounds good. Pause. Robinson is endorsing lethal violence against unarmed enemies, particularly aiming at the left. And for those that aren't familiar with Mark Robinson, he has a long history of saying really wild, violating. Not all of it I disagree with, but most of it I do. He's linked homosexuality to pedophilia, called for the arrest of trans women.
A man on Friday night, and all of a sudden Saturday you feel like a woman and you want to go in the women's bathroom in the mall, you will be arrested.
Pushed hallucinogenic anti-Semitic conspiracy theories, endorsed the birther conspiracies about Obama, described Michelle Obama as a man, hinted at the need to violently oppose federal law enforcement and the government, and posted memes mocking and denying the brutal, violent assault of Nancy Pelosi's husband. Oh, and personally, I remember him saying Martin Luther King wasn't all that and a communist.
North Carolina Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson has repeatedly mocked my father. But it's not the petty insults that bother me. It's his outright rejection of the civil rights movement my father and so many others lived and died for. Robinson called the Greensboro lunch counter protest a ridiculous premise and said so many freedoms were lost.
So he's said a lot of foul shit to the civil rights movement. And while I don't necessarily agree with everything from the civil rights movement, I do agree it did get done. And it allowed niggas like him to not get swung, be hanging from a tree.
Right.
But they couldn't hang him from a tree.
He wouldn't be hanging from a tree.
He ain't got no neck.
He be wanting to tell on.
He break the branch.
He gonna tell when he hears something. Hey, boss man, they about to get ready to run. They about to get ready to escape. You might want to be on top of the things. Yeah, he one of them niggas.
So I don't know what his intention is, cause
I mean, it's clear as day what his intention is. I mean,
to be governor.
Outside of that, I mean, there's nowadays, like I said, they're saying loud and clear. So he just wanted to see how much on the wall that's gonna stick and how much y'all gonna pay attention to it. But that's right there. That's one that will affect you immediately. So.
Yeah, and it looks like it said the Reverend Cameron McGill, the pastor of Lake Church, confirmed that he and Robinson expected these remarks to be scrutinized, but he defended them. So even the preacher
he got the cover from Master.
Yeah, he said, Jesus said, I agree with you. Jesus wants you to kill these too.
And then you wonder why some of you Christians, doesn't matter what faith you are, religion, reason why it gets scrutinized so bad, because you got these clowns that's using religion as cover to say stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, y'all see what it is. Just vote smart. You know what I'm saying? Don't vote just because,
Yeah, but it looks like the North Carolina governor race is down to Mark Robinson from the GOP side of things, and Democratic Attorney General Josh Stein, who is running for the Democrats. Unfortunately, Governor now Roy Cooper is not able to run for governor again because he's reached his term limit.
Term limit. So
I guess we got to go with Josh Stein.
Yeah, we got to by default.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't even know what the Stein's policies are.
I mean, his policies, like every
what are they just as Mark Robinson? Yeah, because we don't know.
Well, actually, he's been primarily consistent. He's doing with the other. What's your man AG right now? Hold on.
I only know our governor, and who's the mayor? Isn't it a woman?
Yeah, Mary Baldwin.
Yep.
Baldwin.
I knew it.
She's her term is up too, so we're gonna have an open race for the mayor Raleigh.
Raleigh is mainly a Democratic city, so I mean,
well, she wasn't Democrat.
She wasn't?
No.
Oh.
Cause she was on the board for this what's the one of the biggest real estate companies, developer companies here in the state. So a lot of these uptown buildings, uprise that you see here and around the city, she was on the board. Oh. So if you're on the board, that means you gave out certain permits, deal like every other thing. Only difference is though, listen, people, I'm gonna give y'all an idea. Yes. I was just telling them the other day which they probably already doing it right now. You know what I'm saying? So if you are. Now, we know voting on the local level counts big, but sometimes, right. It depends on what city you're in. So Raleigh is a big town, so we know you got to have some money plays a role, but it's reachable. So, like every neighborhood, right? And I'm probably somebody already doing this shit now. Every neighborhood, you probably get like 20 friends and stuff. Yeah. Every family got like $1,000, right? So 20 families, $1,000. That's $20,000 to spread out amongst candidates of your either local town mayor, whatever. Now, what if you get the whole neighborhood involved? Because listen now, the campaign is big now. It's all about who got the money. You want to sway certain influence, you got to pay to play. And the only difference is on the local level, that's 50-50.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Actually, 60-40. Voting is a little bit more 60-40. It's on that end. But you know, once you get up to like U.S. Senate and presidential, you gotta have some money. So every neighborhood, every town, y'all probably get the whole family. Family might come together, get like $20,000, put on a certain candidate. Hey, candidate, because you know what the happen is that candidate gonna pay attention who wrote that check. Because when it comes to campaigning, they're gonna come back to you for some more money. You feel what I'm saying? So if you depending on how much you done kicked out to them, that's what favors come into play. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, little tidbit idea. Keep moving.
Awesome. So yeah, with these elections coming up, they're more serious than ever. So you got to take them very serious. Make sure you go out there and vote locally, and make sure you demand stuff from the people you're voting for before you give them their vote.
Hold that. Make them work for it.
I'm so glad I didn't get on that one, and I'm gonna leave that alone. But the sad thing is, he gonna win.
No, he ain't.
No, he ain't. No, he ain't.
No, he ain't. The thing is, he talking too goddamn.
Yeah, he talked too much.
And once you start talking about them Israel people, it's
Yeah.
over. If you start talking about Jewish people, cancel it.
I just don't. I just don't like this guy represent. Like, I don't know how he made it this far up the chain. Like, Jesus,
Ain't no strong candidates.
Man, no. I told y'all, man. This is where Trump get his barrage from. Nigga like goddamn Mark Roberts.
Yeah.
Which that's us. When we
Trump did get his swag from black people.
When we talking amongst ourselves, debating, whether it's sports or whatever, that's what he gets bravado from. So this is the black version of what Trump is doing. You know what I'm saying? The only difference is he's speaking white supremacist red meat type stupid ass topics. And They just want to kill the baby because they didn't want to keep their skirt down.
the wildest take I've ever heard. Like, my.
Do you see the commercial where he talk about how his mama was poor and stuff like that? I said, same white folks that didn't want your black ass where you at now, they only want your dumb ass where you at now because they could dump some money in your pockets and you could damn push the laws into their favor. That's what it is now. So nowadays, they like, oh, this is what white supremacists would do. They'll get that coon to be their face of what the doing. So now, what happened before George Floyd, right? We had all these white police chiefs all across America.
Yeah.
Now what we got now? Black faces.
Exactly.
Mainly women. We getting black people. White folks getting these black people, put them in certain position to push their agenda.
That is true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if I had to pick between Trump winning and Mark Robinson winning, let's go ahead and bring Trump on in.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and bring Trump on down. Go ahead and bring on Trump on down.
What did I been saying this whole time? Protect your home
But
court.
always remember, Trump is going to appoint Mark Robinson to something because Trump loves him. Remember,
Yeah, he would. But that would lose a position at governor's spot. So he want to hold that unless,
Yeah.